All right, brothers and sisters, it looks like we are live. This is the Pipeline Podcast. Today is Monday, June 16th, and we have spicy updates for you today. So last night we were talking about Iran v. Israel. We do have some updates there, but the main updates are the Minnesota gunman that was on the loose. He got caught. We're going to go over that. And we have an update on the Salt Lake City almost shooter, the guy that got apprehended. The security forces shot like a random dude and killed him. And then they also shot this would-be shooter. Stay tuned for that. That update is good. So let's get into it. Take a look at these sources. We're going to cover Iran first just because it has the least amount of updates. So let's check this out. We have a tweet here from Donald Trump. It says, Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame and waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. He says this today. There is a little 1-minute Fox News clip on it. Maybe they elaborated on it well enough. So let's take a little listen.
All right, welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I am Andy Mack. We have some breaking news right now in terms of President Trump and the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. I want to put this up here on Live Now from Fox from Truth Social. The president saying Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame and waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. So some stark warning there from the President of the United States after we're seeing different interactions between Israel and Iran in the last several days. Of course, following it very closely here on Live Now from Fox as we heard over the weekend reporting that President Trump had vetoed a Israeli plan to take out the supreme leader in Iran. I don't know how much we can read into these words in terms of.
All right, so they don't really go into it too much, but this isn't Donald Trump saying that he's going to escalate the war, but he does make that message about Tehran. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Does that mean he knows something that we don't know? Like there's going to be a massive attack on Tehran? That's foreshadowing right there, folks. We look at this. I have one more source. This is an alleged video of people evacuating Tehran, and this allegedly started after Donald Trump's tweet. So we just see crowded highways. This is allegedly unconfirmed, but this is a video of what Tehran looks like pretty much right now. People are fleeing the city. And Tehran is the capital of Iran. This is Iran's capital city. So if you live in Iran, it's wartime. Get ready. This is the kind of stuff you might be seeing a lot of. That does conclude the update on Israel v. Iran that we have for today. So we will continue to our next source. This is the one I want to talk about the most today. This is the most interesting story to me that I came across today. So the headline here, updated. Man accused of murder at Salt Lake City No Kings protest is a radical leftist. So yesterday we were going over the story and I was saying, oh, this is probably some right extremist. But it looks like it's the opposite. It's a leftist. A radical leftist, like an Antifa guy. So we'll go into this article. This article is very in-depth. My only issue is I can't really find a mainstream source covering this narrative that the guy is Antifa. And I would understand why. That's not something that MSNBC is going to want to put out as a story. They just talk about the guy that got shot, the guy that died. They don't really talk about this guy too much. So I found this source on it. I did find one other source, and that was about it. So let's take a look. Let's talk about this. This is a picture of him. So his name is Arturo Gamboa. The actual shooter, a volunteer peacekeeper for the protest in place of police, may have fatally misjudged the situation before firing off rounds into the crowd, killing a bystander. So yeah, we're going to talk about this. Let's just kind of go over the article real quick, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the peacekeeper that killed the protester. accidentally, but that's not really the main part of what we're going over. So check this out. A Latino radical leftist and alleged Antifa supporter has been charged with murder after allegedly causing the conditions that resulted in a Samoan man being killed at the Salt Lake City No Kings protest. So it's funny that he got charged with murder because he didn't murder that guy. Not saying this guy shouldn't be in jail. I'm sure that he should, but the murder charge is a little weird. I would charge him with like domestic terrorism or something. Arturo, a 24-year-old member of the leftist Utah-based punk rock band Raid, it's just a band he was in, was apprehended at the scene. A No Kings liberal peacekeeper volunteer with bad aim tried taking out Gamboa with 3 shots, but instead killed a bystander. The peacekeeper may have seriously misjudged the situation, and so we're going to talk about this a little bit. He might have misjudged the situation. This dude here, Arturo, might not have been like a shooter. He might have actually thought he was like protecting the protest. Hopefully more information on that comes out, but there's some more like really good sources here. So like here's a picture of him, and this is like him in his band. You could definitely tell he's a lot younger in this photo. It's probably from a while ago. But whatever. See if there's anything relevant here that we should go over. Oh, this is the guy that died, and he wasn't even doing anything. So Gamboa previously said that he detested American global influence, citing racism. He says, "This is exactly how the system is meant to function. The American system is a steam train that's always been fueled by black and brown bodies." They allegedly found his profile, his Facebook profile, but it's still unconfirmed, but I'm pretty sure it is his profile. The page is filled with posts in support of Antifa, BLM, and other radical leftist causes. So this is allegedly Arturo online. Who knows if this is real or fake yet? We'll find out in good time, but it's just like it's like an Antifa stuff that he shared, Black Lives Matter stuff that he shared, another photo of him, and then this right here, Mercedes McKinley in 2021 made a post. If you're unsure of what that looks like, ask my man Arturo. Kid has his rifle on or near him almost every protest last summer, but didn't shoot not one person. Right here, this is what leads me to believe that this guy, Arturo, wasn't actually about to shoot people at the protest, and the peacekeeper thought that he was a shooter and shot him. What it looks like to me, like based off the information I have and like this tweet here, it looks like Arturo got mistaken for a gunman, for a shooter. And so it's quite possible that he like gets out of jail, because it is Salt Lake City, Utah. I don't know how it works at these like protests if you can bring a gun. But if you're allowed to open carry in the state and he just brought his gun, there might be a case here that he didn't actually do anything wrong. So we'll see. We'll see about that. There also could be a case that he was about to shoot a lot of people, but I don't know about that if he's a radical leftist, because why would he go to a leftist protest and shoot them? That doesn't make sense. So meanwhile, Democrats and liberal media are obfuscating the details of the shooting, leading some in the public to think of pro-Trump gunman killed a protester and that the protest was peaceful. Whatever about that, but it is true that this guy didn't kill anyone, Arturo. It was the peacekeepers that were at the protest that killed someone, even if it wasn't on purpose. But it just talks about Democrats and liberal media like not bringing attention to the story because it doesn't fit their narrative. And I just kind of want to show you what they mean by that. To search this, you search Salt Lake City shooter is Antifa. And like the top stories here is just about the innocent bystander. All of them. None of them are about the actual shooter. Same with like this and this. And so what that means is the media is suppressing the story, or this guy's not actually Antifa and this whole article is fake. Time will tell. In my opinion, I do kind of think that this guy is a radical leftist and he thought he was just like practicing his right, was protecting the protesters from like evil right activists that were going to kill them. And he got mistaken for a shooter, and that's why he's in jail right now. I kind of think that's what happened. I don't actually know. So we will have an update to this story in the future. This is now a juicy story. This is very juicy. And I was just saying last night, I don't know if we're going to get an update on the story, but yes, we are going to get updates. We are going to be following this. So super interesting just to see, like, I mean, whenever you hear about like a gunman, you always think like far right extremist, but it does happen on the other side as well. And it looks like we have an example of that here. even if he wasn't actually going out trying to like shoot protesters, who actually knows his motives or what he thought he was doing as of yet? We'll have to kind of see. And I'll be back at a different episode with an update. Let's check out our last story. So it's the Minnesota gunman. He got captured yesterday. They found him. Title here, Minnesota shootings latest. Suspect Vance Bolter remains in federal custody on murder charge with bail set at $5 million. So they got him. He is in jail. Police captured him. He was on the loose for 2 days. He's gotten charged with a bunch of federal charges. And that really might be all the new updates that we have on him. But either way, I just want to say that if you're a lawmaker in Minnesota, you can go to sleep tonight. This dude's in jail, and I don't think he's ever getting out. So nice job to the police officers and like FBI and all that. Also to the lady that like spotted him out. Like I think the police got a tip because like a lady called the police because they saw him. Really great job that this guy is behind bars. We got him. We might have an update to this story if more stuff comes out. Who knows? I did see one little story about it where he said that he can't afford a lawyer, but who cares about that? And also the story was saying he has like 7 cars and owns his own home or something. So he definitely could afford a lawyer. So, you know, we'll see if anything else interesting comes out of this Minnesota shooter. But I just wanted to update because we left off last night where he was still at large. He has been apprehended. So that's a win. And then I just want to talk about this guy. So John Hoffman and his wife, they were the people that he shot that didn't die. I just want to go out and say that John Hoffman and his wife Yvette are fucking stone cold badasses. They took a combined 17 bullets from this dude, and neither of them died. So that's kind of insane to think about. The senator took 9 bullets, his wife took 8, and they're both alive. I think that's absolutely crazy. I mean, these two didn't really do anything in the situation other than get shot, but it's just so heroic to see like a real politician like take bullet, you know, and survive. They are both absolute American heroes. It's just like, it's very sad that the other 2 people died. At least it's not all sad here. We do have State Senator John Hoffman and his wife surviving after just getting pelted. It's kind of a miracle. So I wanted to go over that. That's all we really got for today. They were only like 3 stories, but they were all like big updates, big stuff. We'll kind of sum up the stories and the episode. All right, so just to sum up the major headlines today, we have Trump posting on Truth Social that Tehran should evacuate, and we just showed some video of what the evacuations allegedly look like, and it looks like they're taking Donald Trump's post very serious, and people in Tehran are evacuating the city. I expect we're going to see more things like that for as long as this conflict continues between Israel and Iran. So if you live in Iran right now, or I guess Israel, you know, it sucks. That sucks. Next story, Salt Lake City shooter is a radical leftist. So it looks like he was an Antifa sympathizer, super into like protest, BLM, whatever this is. He wore a Venezuelan nationalist costume at one point. Allegedly, he always brings his gun to the protests. What it looks like is he showed up to this leftist protest, the No King's Day protest, with his gun, got mistaken for a shooter, got shot, and a bystander got killed, not by police, but by security, which does make it a little bit worse because you don't know, like, the training for like these security people is probably not equivalent to the training of like a police officer. Like if the police were there, this situation probably wouldn't have happened in the first place, but whatever about that. That's the update on the story here. He's not a far-right extremist. It looks like he's a radical leftist. If you could find like a mainstream source on this that really confirms it, please bring it to my attention. I'd love to go over it. And we'll have to see how this kind of plays out in the media. The Minnesota shooter got captured. He's in jail with bail set at $5 million. That's a win. So great job to all the police that dealt with him. He was on the run for like 2 days, but finally got caught. Oh, also another thing on him is he went to more than those 2 homes. He went to other homes as well. But it looks like the other homes he went to, maybe there was just no one home. So that was lucky, or else he would have killed them. And then we just have a little update on State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette. They took a combined 17 bullets from this Minnesota gunman and survived, because that's how real Americans do it. Yeah, that's all the updates we have. They were really great updates. Kind of a shorter episode. Check us out Wednesday. We're going to be doing our long form podcast. Again, I need more alien stuff. I want to do more alien conspiracy stuff, but whatever. We'll go over. I have a couple ideas for topics that we're going to cover. If you have any ideas, let me know. Check us out on Twitch. It's D4Coda on Twitch. We live stream all of these episodes as we record it. And so if you want to kind of get involved with the video, you can join our live stream and you can kind of chit chat as we do these episodes, kind of put your own input and thoughts in there. Then once we're done live streaming on Twitch, we'll edit it and put it into like a more of a short form content type thing and release it as a YouTube video. And so if you want to stay up to date on YouTube, definitely subscribe so you can check out updates of these stories in the future. The most important thing is to have a great night.